Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. So this is my second video today, hence the same outfit. I did get a mail call in with that silver Steve Caballero Bats and Bones, the street version, and also this one. And so this one came from the same gentleman. He packed them up nicely, same as the last time when I got my Series 11 Tony Hawk. So same sort of packaging, essentially cardboard on top, cardboard flap, taped really well around the side, so it's nice and flat profile. Save a lot on shipping costs when you can get that profile that low. You want to keep your boxes as small as possible. So he had it wrapped up really nice with bubble wrap and then had saran wrap around it as well. And yeah, they both came in awesome shape. And so really stoked on this one. This is the first time that I've had the full-size Dragon. And the first time that I've had one in this shape. So obviously I've had the street decks and I've got the Bandness up there from Series 12. But stoked to get my hands on this full-size Dragon. And so this graphic came out about 1986, around the time that Search for Animal Chin was coming out. And from what I read, it's just, you know, they felt like mixing things up a little bit. So this is the graphic that we got. And so we'll just run through quickly here. I won't keep you guys that long. Just some of the specs, and I'll give you a good look here too, just at the deck itself. Here's a view of the top graphic, which we can see is just that Dragon, right? The Bats and Bones for the street was the Ripper with the wings, and we can see here on the top, it's the Dragon, and it's the one with the tighter tail versus the one that has more that fern feathered tail look. And so yeah, so pretty rad. I'll just zoom in and let you guys see it here. Again, my buddy ended up grabbing the red one of these, which I thought was pretty cool. I've seen some OG stained ones out there, and to be honest, I prefer the stains. I love seeing the wood grains, and I'm getting, like I said, with that Hawk, you know, and some of these other Series 11 decks with the Tommy Guerrero Iron Gate there, the wood grain is actually starting to grow on me. Sorry, just the natural, I mean. It's starting to grow on me. It's not something, I prefer a little bit more color in my decks, kind of a la 80s, you know, with those big pops of color. But this is starting to grow on me a little bit more. So anyways, let's just burn through the specs, but let me pull up my trusty Vision Psycho riser here, 1/4-inch riser, just to show you guys that this is indeed the old school hole pattern. So if you're buying trucks, don't plan on buying, you know, some new 169s or 159s if you go that route. You'll have to ensure that you have the 6-hole base plate on the bottom and or you have the old school hole pattern. Otherwise, your trucks aren't going to fit and it's going to be a real bummer. All right, so let's just go through some of the specs here. So the deck shape, again, with it being 1986, we're pretty flat in our concave, right? This is a cool, different shape to it. They call this the fish shape for this particular deck. And so this deck shape is 150, is how Powell has it listed, is deck shape 150. And actually, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it well, but there is the stamp even here for the deck shape. It's actually stamped right in the deck. So 7-ply maple, good sturdy construction. As you guys know, there has been some frustration in the last few years with Powell boards warping. So again, my understanding is that they're using newer wood versus the older wood from the older trees and stuff. I don't know. I don't know if it's just because when we were kids, we just bought boards, threw trucks on them and started, you know, burning around. We didn't actually, you know, eye them up to see if there was any sort of little warp or twist. But anyways, outside of that, it is 7-ply maple, so it is good and sturdy. But unfortunately, we do deal with those twists and the warp sometimes with the newer Powell decks. As far as wheelbase here, so again, we're measuring the inside of the trucks. It's 15 inches. The deck length is 30 inches. So whenever I've seen this deck, I've always thought, man, that looks like a big deck. I'm thinking more like the Bandness, but it's really 0.25 inches bigger than the street, bigger than the last video that I just did, the Bats and Bones. And so, yeah, it blew my mind when I actually had this in person. I'm holding the deck side by side, and I'm seeing that they're pretty much the same size as far as length. I thought it was a lot bigger, but this one is only 30 inches, and that street was 29.75. So as far as the deck width, we're talking 10 inches. The nose, so from the top of the trucks to the tip here, is 3.875, and then the tail is 7 inches. So there you go. That's it as far as the specs go. That's really it as far as anything I have to say. I don't have a lot of memories associated with this deck because I've never had one, and none of my friends actually had one either. I've thought it's been cool, you know, obviously seeing it growing up as a kid, but had never had my hands on one, and or seen one in person. So pretty stoked to get this. We'll see if it makes the wall or not, because I would prefer to get like a stained, you know, a stained deck versus just this natural, but maybe I'll keep it around at least until I can get a stained one. Anywho guys, hope you enjoyed it. Again, the Steve Caballero by Powell Peralta, around 1986, and this is the Chinese Dragon reissue. Again, 2020 reissue. All right, cheers. Have a fabulous week, guys. Take care.